The first time something felt off, I ignored it. That's important to say, because every part of what happened afterward started with me telling myself it wasn't worth worrying about. I lived in a small apartment building. Nothing fancy, just 3 floors, 12 units total. The laundry room was in the basement. A few washers and dryers, coin operated and old enough that they rattled even when empty. I didn't think twice when I went down one evening after work and found one of the dryers still warm. I figured someone had just finished and left. I loaded my clothes from the washer, fed the machine quarters, and went back upstairs. When I returned about an hour later, my clothes were already folded, neatly, stacked on top of the dryer. I stood there staring at them, trying to figure out what explanation made sense. Maybe someone had needed the machine and was being helpful. Maybe they thought I forgot them. It was strange, but not scary. Not yet. Over the next few weeks, little things started happening. Socks missing from loads, a shirt folded differently than I remembered. Once, my laundry basket wasn't where I'd left it. None of it was dramatic, nothing you'd call the police over, but it was enough to give me a creepy feeling and make me pay closer attention to things. I started going down to the basement more often, checking the room even when I didn't need to do laundry. Late at night, it was always empty. Lights buzzing, machines quiet. I never saw anyone. That was the strangest part. One night, I noticed a clipboard hanging near the door, but I'd never really paid attention to it before. It was a simple sign-in sheet. Management had put it up after someone had complained about machines being hogged. Apartment number, time started, machine used. I scanned the page and froze. Someone had been signing in under my apartment number. Not once, but almost every night. Most of them were times when I knew I wasn't home. I asked a few neighbors casually if they'd noticed anything strange. Most of them hadn't noticed anything. One woman on the first floor hesitated before answering. "I hear machines going late at night sometimes," she said, "but I don't go down there at night." I asked if she'd ever seen anyone. She shook her head. "No, but the lights are always on." That night, I went downstairs around 2 a.m. The laundry room lights were on. The dryers were running. I stopped doing laundry on my usual schedule. I wanted to see what would happen. For a full week, I didn't touch the machines. Every night, the sign-in sheet changed. Always my apartment number. Always different machines. Sometimes the washers, sometimes the dryers. Someone was maintaining the routine. Not just using the room, but keeping it active. Then came the sounds. Footsteps above me late at night. Not heavy. Careful. The basement door opening softly. I changed my routine multiple times to test what would happen. No matter what I did differently, nothing changed. The sign-in sheet still filled in. One night, I waited. I went down to the basement earlier than usual and turned off the lights. Just down the hall from the laundry room door, I stood, huddled in the alcove of a maintenance room doorway, the cold steel chilling my back. I didn't move. Time passed. I don't know how long, but enough time that I was about to give up and go back to my apartment. Then, I heard it. The sound of the door. Slow. Careful. I held my breath. The laundry room door opened. Light spilled into the dark hallway for a moment as the light clicked on. I peeked my head out just far enough to catch a glimpse of someone stepping inside. I stayed completely still. Then, the lights shut off. The door closed. It was pitch black again, and I couldn't see if the person had left or not. I didn't hear footsteps or anything. Just what I thought was the sound of the laundry room door locking. I waited for a long time and just listened. With no noises, I was too scared to investigate anymore, and I snuck out of the basement as quietly as I could. The next day, I checked out the basement. The laundry room door only locked from the outside. From inside, you should have always been able to exit. But the lock had been modified, so that if it was locked from the outside, the inside handle didn't work. You would be trapped. I reported everything to management. They checked the logs, changed the lock, put up a camera. Nothing suspicious ever appeared on the footage. 2 nights after the lock was changed, I found a note taped to my apartment door. Handwritten. Simple. I didn't mean to scare you. No name, no explanation. The sign-in sheet stopped updating. The laundry room stayed dark. A month later, I was moving out. On my last night, I did one final load of laundry. When I came back down, my clothes were still spinning. But on top of the dryer, someone had folded a single sock and left it there. This has been Velvet Dread. Sleep well, if you can. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe for more stories like this, narrated by an actual human.